All right, today we are diving into something truly incredible. We're going to Angkor Wat in Cambodia. But we're not just taking a tour. We're looking past those amazing, iconic towers to uncover a secret that's been hiding in plain sight for centuries. A design that's literally written in the stars.
So let me ask you this. What if this massive, breathtaking temple complex wasn't just built to honor the gods? What if it was built to mirror the heavens themselves? That its entire layout is a kind of celestial blueprint, a map of the stars and the sun laid out right here on Earth. That's the wild idea we're digging into.
Okay, so first things first. Let's talk about the Angkor Wat we all think we know. When you see a picture of this place or think about it, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
For pretty much everyone, it's just the sheer majesty of it all. I mean, the scale is mind-boggling. We're talking about a complex that covers over 400 acres, with this enormous moat around it, and these towers that just seem to scrape the sky. It's an absolute monument to what humans can build.
And of course, it's a symbol of incredible power. This was built back in the 12th century, and it was the absolute heart of the Khmer Empire. It was a statement piece, a declaration by King Suryavarman II of his divine right to rule and the sheer might of his kingdom. It was, quite literally, the center of their universe.
And then there's the history. You can just feel it. This place has been standing for more than 900 years. It started out as a temple to the Hindu god Vishnu and later became this incredibly important Buddhist site. It's a place that has been a center of faith for centuries and centuries.
So you put it all together, and that's the conventional view, right? It's an architectural wonder, a religious icon, a national treasure. And look, all of that is 100% true. But it's not the whole story, not even close.
Because this is where things get really interesting. When you start to look closer, you notice these little details, these incredibly precise details that just don't quite fit the standard story.
You have to start asking questions. Like, why was it built exactly like this? Why are the walkways and the libraries and the main towers positioned in this very specific way? Was that just random? Did they just think it looked good? Or was there something else going on? A deeper logic we've been missing?
Okay, check out this number. The entire complex, all 400 acres of it, is oriented to the west, but it's aligned to a perfect east-west axis with a deviation of less than 1/10 of a degree. Just think about that. That kind of precision on that kind of scale 900 years ago, that is just astonishing. It practically screams for an explanation.
And right here, we find our first massive clue. Researchers now know this wasn't an accident. No way. The architects were deliberately, and with incredible care, aligning the entire temple with very specific events happening in the sky.
And this, my friends, brings us to the temple's secret identity. Turns out, Angkor Wat is a massive astronomical instrument.
The field that helps us figure all this out is called archaeoastronomy. It's such a cool idea. It's basically cosmic archaeology. Scientists study these ancient sites to figure out how our ancestors understood the stars and the planets, and how they used that knowledge. And Angkor Wat, it's one of the most stunning examples in the world.
So we're not just talking about a building anymore. We're talking about a celestial blueprint, a map of the heavens carved right into stone. Every single part of its design had two purposes, one for religion and one for the cosmos.
Let me give you a really clear example. Imagine you're standing on the main western walkway on the day of the summer solstice. If you look toward the main temple, you will see the sun rise perfectly, and I mean perfectly, over the very tip of the central tower. It's this incredible piece of celestial theater designed to happen only on that one day every year.
But it's not just a one-off trick. The whole place is a system. During the equinoxes, the sun rises right in line with the main causeway. The winter solstice sunrise lines up with the southern library building, the summer solstice with the northern one. It's a giant working stone calendar.
So what does this all mean? I mean, it's cool that they could do it, but why? Why go to all this trouble? Well, this was about way more than just telling time. This was about connecting their entire kingdom to the heavens to ensure its survival.
This discovery completely changes how we look at Angkor Wat. It goes from being a beautiful building to being a scientific instrument. It wasn't just about showing off royal power. It was about showing off this deep scientific knowledge. The whole point was to harmonize their world on Earth with the world of the cosmos. See, for the Khmer, cosmic order meant earthly order.
If the heavens were stable and predictable, then so were the harvests, the king, and life itself. What we're really uncovering here is a worldview where things like science, art, and religion weren't all in separate boxes. They were all woven together into one single understanding of how the universe worked. Their incredible building skills were used to serve this deep cosmic philosophy.
And this tells us so much about the Khmer people. They weren't just amazing builders. They were brilliant astronomers, expert surveyors, and incredible long-term planners. They had this advanced scientific worldview that was completely tied up with their spiritual beliefs. And this wasn't just some abstract idea. It was practical. It anchored their calendar, their farming, and even their king's right to rule in the unbreakable laws of the universe.
So, in the end, this discovery isn't just a cool fact to know. It actually forces us to rewrite the whole story of Angkor Wat and the incredible civilization that built it.
This evidence really does challenge that conventional story. It elevates our view of the Khmer Empire from just a powerful kingdom to a society with an incredibly deep scientific and philosophical understanding of the world.
And this is really the ultimate takeaway, the perfect way to say it. Angkor Wat wasn't just a building looking up at the sky. It was a sacred act of engineering meant to bring the sky down to Earth, to create cosmic order on the ground, and to lock human life in sync with the great, predictable cycles of the universe.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing secrets, what other bits of ancient wisdom are just hiding out there in plain sight, waiting for us to just look up and connect the dots? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.